All right, guys, I'm going to take you through probably by far my favorite hip mobility stretch slash activation drill that you can incorporate throughout your day. Whether you have any chronic low back pain, hip tension, you just feel like your hips don't move quite as well as they used to, give this one a try. Try to perfect it, try to get better at this movement. I promise you it will make a big difference in how your hips feel and your low back feel. It's called the 90-90, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about when I kind of get down into the position. But this helps work through internal, external rotation of the hip. It's going to help stretch and open up those hips. It's also going to help activate a lot of those deep hip muscles to help stabilize ourselves as we go throughout our day. Okay. And so what you'll see first, you get down on the floor. You can see how this front leg here is at a 90-degree angle. Knee is going to be in line with my belly button. And then this back leg, if I hold my arm straight out, this thigh should be in line with that arm. And then this back leg should be at that 90-degree angle too. You need to be very, very specific with how you set this up before you continue. I really like it because the first position, what you're going to do is you're going to lean forward here. And you'll notice you'll get a pretty nice stretch through that left hip or the hip that's down kind of out in front. And so what I like to do is I like to hold this for about 30 seconds. Okay, that's going to be step one. Step two is what you're going to try your best to do is sit up as tall as you can. Sometimes you're going to be leaning. You might get some cramping in your hips as you go through this. Completely fine. That's completely normal. Straighten the leg, reset, continue. Okay. What you're going to do next, sit up as tall as you can, and you're just going to hold this position, trying to make micro adjustments. Ideally, you have your belly button in line with that front thigh here. And again, you'll feel a nice contraction through kind of that inner thigh area. Might get some cramping in that outer glute area, up into that lower back as well. And so if you need to feel like you need to lean, kind of play around with it, do that, okay? But I like to try and hold this for about 30-ish seconds as well. And then this next kind of final step is where a lot of the magic happens, because we're activating these muscles in a new range of motion that we have now after we kind of stretch the different areas. And so what you want to think about doing first is you want to think about lifting this back ankle off of the ground while you keep that knee down. If you need a little bit more of a forward fold, that's completely fine, okay? But what you'll see is the ankle's not going to go very high. Lift up, hold for a second. This one might lead to some major cramping, and so if you need to kind of come off to the side and lift. But in an ideal world, as you get better at this, what you want to think about doing, sit up as tall as you can, use your hands for support, lift up, hold it for a second, down. Lift up, hold it for a second, down, okay? So it'll look like that. Again, after I go through the forward fold stretch, 30 seconds, sit up without any support, 30 seconds, hand supported, lift that ankle off. I usually go about 8 to 10 repetitions of that, then I'll switch sides and go through that same sequence on the other side. So as you go through, again, just think about trying your best to perfect the movement. It's going to feel awkward. It's not going to feel like your hips want to move in these motions in the first time, second time, even third time that you do it. Consistency is key with this. And so trying your best, again, to just continue to activate those muscles, you're going to feel so much better as you stand up and you go about your day. So give this a try at least once a day for the next week or so and see what kind of a difference it can make, whether you have that deep hip pain, lower back pain, and again, continue to try and progress that. So give it a try. Let us know what you think.